Thoughts are things. I've said those words countless times, and the more I've studied the human mind, the more I've realized that simple phrase holds the key to everything. It is not just a metaphor. It is not a poetic idea. It is a law of life. Every success, every failure, every invention, fortune, miracle, or tragedy began as a thought. A thought, when believed in, when held with emotion and backed by action, becomes reality. So listen carefully, because once you understand this truth, you will never see your life the same way again. Chapter 1. Every creation begins in the mind. Look around you, the house you live in, the phone in your pocket, the clothes you wear. Every single one of those things started as a thought in someone's mind. That person conceived the idea, believed it could be real, took action, and turned it into something tangible. That is the chain of manifestation. Thought, belief, action, reality. And if you follow that same chain, you can change your circumstances, any of them. But you must first accept this. Your current thoughts have created your current reality. If you are unhappy with what you're living, don't blame fate. Don't blame others. Don't wait for luck. Change what you think. Change what you believe. Change the images you carry in your mind every day. Chapter 2. Thoughts are energy. Let me take you deeper. A thought, when combined with emotion, becomes a vibrational force. The more intensity you give to it, the more it begins to magnetize things into your experience. Opportunities, ideas, resources, people, situations, not by magic, but by the natural law of attraction. Like attracts like. Think in lack. You attract more scarcity, think in greatness, and in life opens the door to it. This is not a motivational phrase. This is a universal truth. Your mind is a tool, and you are either using it to build your future or destroy it. Chapter 3, How Failure Begins. Most people think failure is external. It's not. Failure begins in the mind, with doubt, fear, limitation. I've spoken to many men who fell short of their goals, and they all told me the same thing. I had already failed in my thinking. They had rehearsed defeat in their minds before life had a chance to say yes. That's the invisible enemy most never fight. The belief that they are not worthy, not capable, not enough. But once you change your inner dialogue, you shift everything. Chapter 4. A story of a single thought. Let me tell you the story of R.U. Darby. He caught gold fever in Colorado, bought equipment, started digging. And he actually found a small vein of gold. Excited, he borrowed money, expanded his operations, and kept digging. But suddenly the vein disappeared. Discouraged and frustrated, he gave up, sold his equipment to a junk man for a few $100s. But that junk man did something different. He brought in a mining expert, studied the land, and discovered that the gold was just 3 feet beyond where Darby had stopped. He became a millionaire. The difference wasn't luck. It wasn't effort. It was belief. It was the thought behind the action. Darby thought, there's nothing left. The junk man thought, let's dig deeper. And it made all the difference. Chapter 5. Imagination is the workshop of thought. Imagination is not just daydreaming. It is the engine of transformation. The most successful people I've met weren't just smart, they were visionaries. They saw things in their mind before the world did. They imagined possibilities that others couldn't even conceive. Edison imagined the light bulb again and again before it worked. Henry Ford imagined cars for the masses before he had the technology to build them. Your question should be, what am I imagining today? Because what you imagine, you start to believe. And what you believe, you start to act on. And that's how realities are created. Chapter 6, How to Shift Your Mental Blueprint. Let's go practical now. Step 1, Become aware. Pay attention to what you're thinking every day. Most thoughts run unconsciously. Step 2, Question the negative. Every time you think I can't, ask yourself, who told me that? Step 3, replace with truth. Say out loud, I am creating a new life. My thoughts are powerful. I direct my mind toward purpose. Step 4, align with action. Don't just think it, live it. Take one action today that reflects your new thought, because each time you move forward in alignment with belief, you build momentum, and each time you act in fear, you feed the wrong thought. Chapter 7, The mind as a magnet. Picture this. Your mind is a magnet. Whatever you focus on, you begin to attract, not because it appears out of thin air, but because you become receptive to it. You start seeing doors where others see walls. You notice chances that others ignore. Think poverty, and you see limits. Think abundance, and you see paths. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are, and who you are is shaped by what you think over and over again. Chapter 8, The Danger of Automatic Thinking. Most people don't think. They repeat. They repeat what their parents said, what society taught them, what school drilled into them, and without ever questioning it, they live a life they never chose. You must break that cycle. You must become the master of your mind, not a servant to old programming. Ask yourself, is this thought moving me forward or holding me back? If it holds you back, replace it. Refuse to think it again, because the thought you allow is the thought that rules your future. Chapter 9, Final Reflection. Thoughts are things. That is not just a nice phrase, it is a law. Everything you live, create, lose, or attract starts in your mind. So I leave you with this. What are you thinking right now? Because that thought is building your tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Thank you for daring to think higher. And thank you for remembering that inside you lives the power to shape the world, one thought at a time.